Hello, my name is Sinaia Quander, and I'm going to be speaking about A Rose Called Emily. And the short narrative, A Rose by Emily, is written by William Faulkner. It's based inside the 1950s. The reason why I believe this is because they were still wearing Confederate coat jackets at the time when some of the townsmen people had to come to the house and confront Emily. And A Rose by Emily is basically about her father. Her father was a controlling, manipulated man. He kept everybody from her, isolated her from the world, and pretty much dictated exactly what she can and cannot do. And so the story, he went into like no man was ever good enough for his daughter, was able to date her, and he always ran them off. When we open up into the scene of A Rose named Emily, you'll see that the town felt that she had some type of entitlement because her family is from dignity or prestige, and they was like one of the old established people that was still left where she was, from the descendants of the family and stuff. So whenever any type of rules or anything need to apply, Emily was like, nobody never was there. This is what happened between my father, and these are the words that happened. And so I don't have to pay any taxes. You're not going to do anything with my mailbox. You're not going to do any type of upgrade. Everything's going to be preserved inside the time of how it is. So Emily was very confrontational. So every time there was something that needed to be done or spoken, she always won the argument with the townsmen people. Some of the people have never been inside Emily's house for years, like over 10 years or so. Only person that was pretty much allowed in there was the cook, the servant, and the groundsman person that helped caretake in there for her. Emily was an old, let's just say, plus size woman. Sometimes the people thought that she had, probably like body odor smells and stuff. They didn't know how to address the issue. How do you just walk up to somebody and just tell them that we have a problem, with your body odor scents and stuff. So at nighttime, some peoples of the towns used to just run and throw lime and stuff around the house at nighttime as they see her shadows and stuff through the windows of the houses. A Rose by Emily was basically, like I said, her father controlled her, and Emily never knew what love and stuff was. And as we go through some of the scenes of the book, because he wrote like 5 scenes of the book, you can see that, like in scene number 2, she was introduced to a character that was called Homer. So Homer was Emily's first boyfriend and stuff like that. And everybody was like, oh, wow, finally, this new Yankee man that's down here paving streets and stuff for everybody. Emily finally took some interest in them. They start dating each other. There was speculation maybe they was married or something like that, but we really didn't get to know if they was or not. But we just knew that Emily was inside a relationship, and finally there was hope for her. Finally that she can be happy. But somehow, also we found out that Homer disappeared for a couple weeks or so. Emily didn't know where he was at. And then there was rumors that he was being a ladies' man, he wasn't a marrying type or something. So of course, Emily, not knowing how to deal with her emotion, all she knew about was abandonment, being alone, and stuff like that. She didn't take it too well. So she went to go see the local pharmacy, and she asked for some poison. And of course, you just can't walk into the store and ask for poison. So they asked her, what is the poison going to be used for? So the townspeople start speculating. No, Emily's trying to kill herself because she's depressed because her new boyfriend wasn't around anymore. But Emily never stated what she wanted the poison for. So she just had to stand off inside the pharmacy and just pretty much told the man, I do not have to answer to you. I asked for something, and pretty much you're going to give me what I asked for. So finally, he gave in to her, and what he did was write on the box of poison for rats. So that way she knew that it couldn't be used on human beings or whatever he thought the intention could possibly be used for. So the next day kind of threw everybody off because why Emily was in town shopping for men's gifts, buying stuff for silver, and buying shirts, clothing, and stuff. So everybody thought, oh my gosh, so the poison wasn't really for Emily to kill herself, or it wasn't going to be for Homer. Because now she's buying stuff as if, that allures to that there's going to be a wedding or something like that. So we was left inside of open on that. So now Emily has these things, at her house. So she went into a state of depression again. And next thing you know, that she was locked back into her house. She wasn't seen anymore, didn't come out or anything. Emily was back to where she was at the beginning of the movie, of the play, when you go ahead and talk about her father, who was deceased. And Emily wouldn't give his body up for 3 whole days, because she didn't know how to separate herself, because that's all she had was her father. So here, this man that took care of her, had all the conversation. Now he was deceased. Then now her boyfriend took off. So what can we believe? So she went to a state of depression. She was back at the house. Nobody seen nothing from Emily. And then, inside the last scene of chapter 5, we find out that what Emily had passed away, and the townspeople all came to the house. And it's like the first time, the people with Confederate jackets and stuff, people that knew her from back then, and the newer townspeople. Of course, they didn't have Confederate jackets, but you can tell that some of them was astonished and amazed that finally they get let into the house, because Emily only allowed them in, never was courteous to people, never offered them a seat, never invited people in and say, have a seat, have a conversation with me. Pretty much state your nature, your business, and you can be gone, because I don't have to listen to anything nobody have to say. I am grandfather in, and I'm older than all of you, and I know stuff. So anyway, so the mysterious was is that there was rooms on the second floor of the house. So it was like a forbidden room that somebody had to open up. It's something they had to all deal with. So what happened was that the people went upstairs, opened up the door, and guess what? There was a bed in there, and it was a corpse. Guess who the corpse belonged to? It belonged to Homer. So everybody was like, oh my goodness. So Emily really did take that poison. And somehow Homer did make it back to Emily. When, we don't really know. But we do know now that Homer was that the smell that people were smelling all that time? That Homer's been deceased for some while, because the body was badly deteriorated, and not only that, the body was like inside a fetal position, like it was cradling somebody, like in a hugging type of way. So she actually was in death controlling Homer for the same way how her father controlled her. She was actually controlling Homer about the abandonment, the loneliness, and not to be left by herself. And she actually had this man deceased inside the house for all that time. So that was like, wow, a startled revelation and a shocker at the end. That, even though she died, I guess she didn't die alone, did she? Because at the end of the day, Homer never left. So she got what she wanted at the end. She got to control the man in death. So she took all her manipulation and how it was her way, and she still controlled Homer at the end of the day and never was lonely by herself. I hope you enjoyed my summary of A Rose for Emily. Thank you, and have a good day.